MDN the podcast. Be abreast with now. Never miss a thing with MDN the podcast. We love to keep you in the present with diverse goodies from secular and non-secular subjects of global interest. Join us. Grab more from these series. Listen to our podcasts. The undeniable choice.
Good morning, everybody. Yes. This is MDN TV shows, and we are running with the times only on MDN TV, the podcast. And I am Major Daughter. Welcome to all our listeners and viewers around the world. Meet us in the comments. We are live there. Engage and share this broadcast right away. And if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Because this is the hottest show on the planet, and we bring you the hottest guests on the planet. Now, talking about the hottest guests, as you all know, over 60 nations this year are going to the polls and are preparing to choose the leaders. And one of those nations is South Africa, my nation. In a few days' time, we will be going to the polls. Now, this is what I have to say. Every single one of these over 60 nations that will be going to the polls will get leaders they deserve, because these same leaders come from our societies. So we choose ourselves, meaning when we choose a leader, we choose those that look ourselves, good or bad. Agree or not? Well, to help us dissect and break this down is Dr. Jane Lovas. Dr. Jane Lovas has a mission to raise 1 million leaders who will lead based on 3 pillars of leading with love. One of them being know yourself, put others first, and create success for all. Like we say in South Africa, we are stronger together. Are we really stronger together? Can we really create success for all? Can we really put people first? Like in South Africa, again, we say, Batu Pili. Is it really like that? Well, to help us break this all down and help leaders and nations around the world choose leaders that will be transformational in their leadership is Dr. Jane. She joins me right after this.
MDN the podcast. Be abreast with now. Never miss a thing with MDN the podcast. We love to keep you in the present with diverse goodies from secular and non-secular subjects of global interest. Join us. Grab more from these series. Listen to our podcasts. The undeniable choice.
Well, the undeniable choice is indeed today Dr. Jane Lovas. Welcome, Dr. Jane. Greet our listeners and viewers and tell us why transformational leaders. Why did you choose this? How do you even transform? Can we transform ourselves? Dr. Jane.
Oh, thank you, Major Daughter. It is so great to be here and be able to have this conversation with you. And yes, we can transform ourselves. And no, it's not always easy. And so as you said, the 3 pillars for transformational leadership are leader, know thyself, put others first, and create success for all. So how does it start? Why is it important for us to know ourselves? There's a number of reasons that it's important to know yourself. One, you want to know why you react the way that you react. We're all a conglomeration of the events that happened to us. And there were events, things that happened in our childhood that are still impacting us, that we are, I like to say, we're still having that same conversation with our brother that we got mad at because they did something. And we're now having that conversation with other people still in the world because we haven't we haven't got really present to it. So as leaders, it's our responsibility to know ourselves so that we can lead powerfully. And the great thing is, when I see this happen in leaders, and we talk about, there are leaders throughout the world that really know who they are, powerfully know who they are, and are making a significant difference because they're much more focused on others. Because that's the major piece is, once you know who you are, you don't have to go around convincing everybody that you are who you say you are. Because you just know. There's nothing to convince. You just know who you are. You know that you're a powerful leader. And so look at some of the amazing things that powerful leaders do. I mean, we take Gandhi, we take Martin Luther King, that transformed politics, the way people behave. And we still have a long way to go. Because life is always about transforming.
Yes.
And we've got so many challenges going on in the world today. And I know that when leaders know themselves, who they really are, and then they're not fighting with themselves, and then they don't even have to fight with others anymore because they don't have to protect themselves. They can just lead. And the biggest thing is, they could enroll and encourage people and share their vision instead of tell people what they have to do.
Wow.
Think about the times where you've been on whatever kind of team it is, and everybody knew they were going in the same direction. I mean, one of the things that I think about is in the 60s when President Kennedy in the United States said, we're going to put a man on the moon in 10 years.
Yeah.
And nobody knew how that was going to be done. They didn't have the fuel. They didn't have anything that would say, oh, we can do that. But he shared that so powerfully. And in 10 years, they had a rocket and went to the moon. Because people were enrolled in that. They took a stand also and said, oh, yes, we're going to do this. Think about, there was in the early 1800s, Florence Nightingale, who went into wars, into the battlefield, saying, no, you have to take better care. You have to clean wounds. You have to keep it sterile. She knew the power she had. And she changed the whole the whole world of medical care. Families are alive today because of work she did 150, 200 years ago. Because she knew who she was and she put others first. It wasn't about being right.
Yes. So you talk about knowing yourself. Maybe we should start there. How does that look like? What do you mean, knowing yourself? Somebody will say, I know myself. These leaders claim to know themselves. I mean, talk about political leaders. You say, if you get this right, you won't have to fight anyone, or you won't have to, you'll be so powerful, and you won't have to be competing with anyone, and you'll be able to lead everybody in the same direction. Is it possible with our political leaders today? How does this look like? What does it look like?
Well, it looks like magic on one hand, and it's very, it takes introspection. It takes looking at who you are, and being present to how you're reacting. You know, to our listeners out there, how often has somebody said something to you and you feel your hackles go up, you can just feel your blood pressure. And if you stop and listen to yourself and pay attention and get present to what's happening, you're going to go, oh, this is like that conversation with my mother when I was 10, or with my dad, or somebody, the teacher at school said something, and this is how I reacted. So it's not you at 30 years old or 50 years old or 60 years old, however, it's actually that 8-year-old or that 10-year-old that's reacting. Yes. And we aren't present to that until we get present to it. We just think, oh, that's how I just blow up. When people say things, I just get angry. No, people don't just get angry. There was something that happened and they're getting angry because of that trigger. Oh yeah, this happened or that happened. And we've all got stories. And once we can get present to those things, they don't have to control us anymore. And when you can be authentic and then start looking at, what is it that I really want to create? If I'm a politician, what is it that I really want? Why do I want to be a political leader? And once you know yourself, then you can start powerfully sharing that with other people. And you can ask them, what do they want? What are they looking for? What would support them? So you take the focus off of you, because you're clear now who you are and what it is that you want.
Yes.
And that's kind of hard, because what oftentimes happens is we're afraid if we take the focus off what we want and focus on other people, we're not going to get what we want.
Yeah.
You know.
Is the world led by weak leaders? Or who are always afraid? They're leading from the place of fear, afraid of being removed, afraid they're not going to get what they want. Are we led by weak leaders, or our leaders are just unwilling to lead or take decisions? What have you got to say? Nations are going to the polls. Dr. Jane?
Yes. Well, we get, and you said this before, we get the leaders that we vote for.
Yeah.
And this actually, leading with love, while the book is focused on, for me, it's focused on corporate leaders. You're very involved with the politics. But each one of us, every person in the world is a leader of their life. So if you're voting, you get to know yourself and know what's important for you. But from a place of being complete with who you are. And that's where the work is. And I covered that all in the book, so I'm not going to tell you all about it. And it's the work. It's the peeling off the layers of why you are the way you are today. And fear is what controls most of us. We're afraid we're not going to get what we want, that somebody will take it away from us.
Whew.
Yeah.
Is this the case in our homes as well? That people are afraid that they're not going to get what they want, where you find couples not really committing themselves fully to one another or each other. Could this be the reasons?
Absolutely. If in taking the time and doing the work to know who you are, it opens up all sorts of avenues, because most of us spend most of our time defending why we're doing something and trying to protect ourselves. You know, I don't want to say too much because they might take it the wrong way.
They steal my idea.
Yeah, yes. You know, I had a coach myself a number of years ago that said, if you're afraid somebody's going to steal your idea, you're not clear that you have thousands of other ideas.
Yo.
If you think that you only have one idea worth something in the world, so it's the fear. What if I never have another good idea? No, most people are idea generators. They've always got ideas, but somehow we're like, oh, that might be the only best idea. It's like, no, let go. People are actually very marvelous creations.
Yes.
And you make it safe for yourself and make it safe for others. If you're a business owner, you're going to have more ideas than you know what to do with. And you're going to get the support from your employees to expand those ideas, because they've got ideas.
Wow. Tell us about your Tell us about your background. I mean, if you had to, I wonder how long did it take you to get here to think like this? I to escape the fear, and I mean, you are just amazing.
And I've still got fears that I deal with. You know, it's like that is part of the human condition. And what I have learned is very seldom when I say something is it not well received. Oh, there are times that people go, oh, that's crazy. That's not going to work. You can't do that. But not in my imagination, in my story, in my head, everybody in the world is going to say, this is a crazy idea. You can't do this. You know, that's the story that a lot of us have. That's what keeps us from doing this. So you asked about my background. So my background is a whole path of trying to find out what I wanted to do. I started college to be a nurse and then a social worker, and I did time in the military, in the Air Force, in the United States, which in the United States gave me the way to pay for college. So that was one of the reasons for joining the Air Force. And I fell into computers early and absolutely loved computers. And so spent years working in the tech industry. And there is so much, fear and jealousy and disregard for women and for minorities in the tech industry that it's like, and I loved it. I loved the tech industry. And so this work started coming because it's like, I want tech leaders to be powerful.
Yes.
And where this all started coming from was I would get called in when projects were in chaos. And I remember one time I got called in and asked to take over a project. It was an 18-month project and it was 6 months behind at the 6th month. So it's like, you haven't even started the project and you've already spent 6 months on an 18-month project. So we had 12 months to it's like, and so everybody was afraid. Everybody was doing a lot of pointing fingers. And I got to get really clear that theoretically it can be done. We had to move, we had to take, and without getting the team to work together, it would never get done. And so I probably spent a week with the team just having conversations about all the things that went wrong and what we needed to do. And their willingness to share with me and my creating the space so that they could share is what transformed that team. I created a safe space. So they weren't hiding anymore. They weren't frustrated. And we got the project done. But I trusted by that point I trusted that I could move them forward. I couldn't get them to do the work, but that I could share and empower them to do what they needed to do. There was no way I could have done the work. I didn't have those skills, but I could create the path for them to do that. And that clarity within myself. So I didn't have to defend myself. I didn't have to make anybody wrong that we were where we were. It's like, the fact is we're where we are and we're basically starting over.
Yes.
So that freedom in myself allowed me to trust them and support them. And that's, which is the second pillar. Put others first. I had to, once I knew that, I was clear with myself that I could accomplish this. I didn't know how, but I knew we would accomplish it. Then I took the focus off of me. And everything I did was about ensuring that the team had what they needed. And sometimes it was just conversations so that they could vent, they could do whatever they want, say whatever they needed to say. And they could then go and get to work and work together as a team.
Yeah.
And I think some of those are like where the beginnings of this came from, even though I wasn't thinking back then that, I'm going to write this book. But I can see it, I had to step out of the way. Had to let them be successful, create their success, help them create their success. So we created success for the team. Very simple. It's very simple.
Sounds simple.
But not easy.
Sounds simple, but not easy. Take that, put it in a family structure. We will have super homes any day, super parents, super couples, super relationships, really, where we put others first and look to the well-being of the team, but also put every resource and make every resource available for the success of the team. Incredible.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Right. But it is simple. It's nothing. It's, it's no, when I started writing the book, I was like, I had 7 principles and all of this. And as I was, sharing it and talking about it, I realized really it came down to those 3 pillars. Know yourself, put others first, and create success.
Yes.
So you actually, it's like, as a leader, you can actually ask yourself those 3 questions. Well, do I know myself? Do I know myself to be a powerful, positive, enrolling, engaging leader? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Okay, then there's things you can do. Now, if I'm being that, am I willing to put others first? Put me on the back burner and make it about them. Most of us want to make it be about us. So make it about them.
Yes.
And the third one, create success for all, just begins to flow out of that.
Yeah.
And it's a marker, because if you're not creating success for all, you get to go back and go, oh, do I really know myself? Is there something here with me? Then am I putting others first? And now are we creating success for all? And so it's not do this, then that, and then the last thing, and you never have to start over. Because something else will come up and you'll go, oh, I need to go back and visit, do I know myself? Because things have changed. And be aware of who you are. It's that awareness of who you are, awareness of who all your stakeholders, who they are, supporting them. And then are you creating success for all?
Yes.
Bringing you the good news all day long. You were tuned in to the hottest station on the planet. Keep it locked.
Keep it locked indeed. We are not touching that dial. Tell us, how can our listeners and viewers get hold of your book? And how can they get hold of you from here? We're at the tail end. Dr. Jane.
Well, the easiest way is to go to my website, lovasconsulting.com. And that's L-O-V as in Victor, A-S, consulting, all one word, .com. And you can sign up to get notified when my book will be published. It will be published this summer. We're in the last of the editing stages, so I'm looking forward to that, to being done with it. And email me at jlovas@lovasconsulting.com. Easiest way to get hold of me.
Yes, so get all those details in the description and wait for the book, really. Where can they follow you, for those who want to follow you and connect beyond just the book, Dr. Jane?
I'm on LinkedIn, of course, and I'm also I'm sharing the book on Instagram, because, the stories about the book are always interesting, and on Facebook. But primarily on LinkedIn, Jane Lovas. Very easy name. Jane, L-O-V as in Victor, A-S.
Yes, very easy name. Thanks a gazillion times. Dr. Jane Lovas. For anyone who's not sure with the spelling, check it in the comments. The description is right there for you. Escape the fear and be at liberty with yourself, others. Know yourself and put others first, and create success for all. It's easy. It's simple. Dr. Jane has already taken us through all that. Dr. Jane, your last words.
Oh, thank you, Major Daughter, for having me here. It is always so great to be in conversation with you, and you have the best conversations.
Well, from us here to you, Dr. Jane, and myself, it's well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bringing you the good news all day long. You were tuned in to the hottest station on the planet. Keep it locked.